ever found yourself in a situation where you had to make a decision and something just didn't feel right? That's your intuition talking. Intuition is like our inner compass, guiding us through the maze of life's decisions. It's that gut feeling, that little voice in the back of our mind, nudging us in a certain direction. It's a quick, automatic, subconscious processing of information that often guides our decisions. But what exactly is intuition in the context of decision-making? Well, it's not a mystical force or a sixth sense. Rather, it's an integral part of our cognitive machinery. It's the result of our brain constantly picking up on patterns, often without us even realizing it. It's our brain's way of saying, hey, I've seen something like this before, and this is what worked last time. Now you might be thinking, should I always trust my intuition? Well, it's not about blindly following your gut feelings, but about understanding when to give them due consideration. You see, intuition isn't always right, but it's not always wrong either. It's a tool, and like any tool, it's about knowing when and how to use it effectively. Consider this. When you meet someone for the first time, you instantly form an impression about them. You can't quite put your finger on why you feel a certain way, but you just do. That's intuition at work. It's your brain processing subtle cues and past experiences in a split second. And here's the real kicker. Studies have shown that intuition can sometimes be more accurate than deliberate thinking. It can cut through the noise and help us make decisions when we're faced with complex situations or information overload. So, should we disregard logic and reason in favor of intuition? Absolutely not. But should we learn to listen to that inner voice a bit more? Perhaps we should. Indeed, intuition is a powerful tool in decision-making. But how does it fit into the whole process? Keep listening, and you'll find out. Making a decision isn't just a single moment. It's a process, and your intuition plays a role in each step. Now, let's break down that process. First up, gathering information. This is where you collect all the data you need for your decision. But how do you know what information is relevant? That's where your intuition steps in, acting like a compass, guiding you towards the facts that matter and away from the ones that don't. It's like that little voice in your head that nudges you when something feels important. Next, processing the information. This is when you take all the data you've gathered and start making sense of it. It's like piecing together a puzzle. Again, your intuition plays a crucial role. It helps you connect the dots even when the picture isn't clear. It's that gut feeling that tells you when something just doesn't add up, or when all the pieces fall into place perfectly. Then comes the big one, making the decision. This is when you take all that information, all those puzzle pieces, and make your choice. Your intuition is your co-pilot here, guiding you towards the decision that feels right. It's that unexplainable pull towards one choice over another. It's not magic, it's your intuition at work. Lastly, reviewing the decision. This is when you look back at your choice, reflecting on the whys and hows. Your intuition serves as a barometer here, giving you a sense of peace if the decision was right, or a nagging feeling if something was off. It's that internal check and balance system that keeps you aligned with your values and goals. So from start to finish, your intuition is there, quietly guiding you. It's not about ignoring logic or facts, but about trusting that internal voice that has your best interests at heart. As you can see, intuition is not an isolated phenomenon, but an integral part of our decision-making process. Now that you understand the role of intuition in decision-making, you might be wondering, how can you better harness your intuition? Well, the first step is to really tune into your gut feelings. Yes, those little nudges that sometimes whisper, sometimes scream, but always seem to know what's best for you. They're like your inner GPS, steering you in the right direction. Don't ignore them, don't dismiss them. Instead, sit with them, acknowledge them, and most importantly, trust them. Next up, give yourself the gift of quiet reflection. In our world of constant noise and distraction, it's easy to lose touch with ourselves. But intuition thrives in silence. Set aside some time each day, even if it's just for a few minutes, to be still, to listen, to reflect. It's in these quiet moments that your intuition can truly speak to you. Additionally, don't be too quick to dismiss your intuitive insights as mere hunches or coincidences. There's a reason why your intuition is pointing you in a certain direction. It's drawing from a vast reservoir of subconscious knowledge and experience, making connections that your conscious mind might not immediately see. It's like a supercomputer processing data at lightning speed, providing you with insights that are often spot on. Remember, intuition isn't about making impulsive decisions. It's about trusting the part of you that sees the bigger picture, that understands your deepest desires and values, and that wants what's best for you. It's about integrating this intuitive wisdom with your rational mind to make well-rounded, informed decisions. Lastly, be patient with yourself. Harnessing your intuition is a process, a journey. It takes time to develop trust in your inner voice, to learn its language, to understand its signals. But with practice, you'll find that your intuition becomes a reliable guide, helping you navigate life's twists and turns with confidence and ease. By paying attention to and trusting your intuition, you can enhance your decision-making abilities and make choices that truly align with your deepest values and goals. Before we wrap up, let's quickly summarize what we've learned about intuition-based decision-making. Intuition is the whispering voice within you, a powerful tool that can guide you towards the right decisions, especially when logic and reason are at a standstill. It's your subconscious mind communicating with you, using experiences and knowledge you might not be consciously aware of. In the decision-making process, intuition acts as your internal compass, offering direction when the path ahead seems unclear. It's not about disregarding logic, but rather balancing it with your gut feelings to make well-rounded decisions. Harnessing your intuition, however, requires patience and practice. You need to create quiet moments for reflection, pay attention to your emotions, and trust in your gut feelings. It's about giving your subconscious mind the space to communicate with you. Remember, intuition is a powerful ally in decision-making. Trust your gut, give yourself space to reflect, and don't be afraid to follow those inner nudges. They might just lead you to the best decision you've ever made.